Hey guys, 8-Bit Wizard here, and today I'll be bringing you another video over Python basics. And this video is going to cover strings. So if you have any questions, comments, just go ahead and head to the comment section, comment down below if you have requests of videos that you may want me to do. If you also want me to post a more in-depth video over strings and what you can do with that, go ahead and again comment and I'll post that video. And yeah, let's get into it. So you can use single quotes in Python. You can also use double quotes, and these are for strings. You can also use triple quotes, and triple quotes are made by either single or double quotes. So works just fine, prints it out. So sometimes, however, when using a certain quote, you'll run into this. And what Python does is it takes the first string quotation mark, so it takes the first one to the second iteration of it. So if we try and print this out, if we try and print this out, it's going to give us an error because it's an invalid syntax. So one way to get around this is to use what is known as an escape character, and an escape character is just a backslash. So what this means is the character after me, ignore it. Treat it as is. So when you print it out, prints it out just normal. So in the print statement, you have a couple different escape characters. You have backslash in. So if we type in a string and say, you can do backslash in, and it prints it out with a new line. There's also backslash T for tab, I believe. I want to say S for space, but I'm not 100% sure on that one. However, if you want, just go ahead and head to Google, type in Python escape characters, and you should be returned a huge list of the different escape characters. The other thing, another problem that you may run into is whenever you do something like working with file paths, you'll run into this. What this does is it reads everything and then it gets here. And Python, in the print statement, reads it as an escape character. So it prints the new line and prints everything after that. One way to get around that is to escape the escape character. So we can do something like, and it prints it out just fine. An easier way, and one that I prefer, is to use what is known as a raw string, and that is made by adding an R before the first quote. So now when you type this in, it treats the string normal. This character right here, basically, who is calling me? Sorry about that. So what this does is it tells Python, the string in front of me, treat all my characters the way that I input them. Treat everything in there as normal. Do not do any escape characters, basically. The other thing you can do is if you have a word, and you can use mathematical operators also with integers and strings. So if we say hello, for example, it prints it out 3 times. You can also do 5 times hello, and as you guessed, it prints it out 5 times. So what this does is it just multiplies the string when you do it, and you can only do that with multiplication, because if you try and do that with division, it's going to return an error. So you can, however, concatenate strings together. So we'll cover that a little bit later. If you have 2 strings that are close together, Python will combine them. And so if you have, now we'll cover the concatenation. So if you have hello, and we'll do plus world, we'll concatenate them, and that is noted by the plus. You can also store them in a variable. So if we said var1 is equal to, and we'll do the same thing, hello, and var2 is equal to world, and then we say var3 is equal to var1 plus var2, and then print out var3, we get hello world. So you can concatenate strings and combine strings basically using the plus symbol, which is the concatenation. You can also use index. So if we say word is equal to, and we'll do Python for this one, and then when you do word and we do 0, then it prints out p. The reason why is because Python starts at the 0 index. So p is 0, y is 1, t is 2, so on and so forth. So when you do something like, 5, it will print out the 5th index, which is the last one. You can also do things such as just put a colon, and what this does is it prints out everything. What this means is that it is saying take the first index to the last index. You can also specify what you want to take, and this is called slicing, by the way. So what it does is it takes the first index, which is y, and it goes up to but not including 2. So basically this is 2. So it's not 2, but basically it does not include the index of this number. So it goes 1, 2, does not include 3. You can also have a longer word, such as, we'll say word is equal to, Python is there. It's a long string, and now you can do something like this. So you pick colon, and we'll say we'll start from the 0. We'll start from the 3rd index all the way up to the 20th. I believe we have enough characters for that. And then you can add another colon. What this means after the first colon, the second one is the step. So let's print it out. So we start at the 3rd index, which is t, and we go all the way up. So, no, my bad. 3rd index would be h. So we start at h, so we get that. And then we go 2. So 1, 2, we get an n. 1, 2, we get the I. 1, 2, we get a space, and so forth. So it steps twice. So it skips that, and you can do 3, whatever, and basically it's always the 3rd or 2nd iteration. So it always goes to the second one again, and so forth from where you are in the string. If that doesn't make sense, comment down below and I'll try and explain it better, or I'll send you to a website that explains it better. So the other thing is you can also do negative. So what this does is it prints out the last one, which is E right here. So you can go backwards, basically. So if we did negative 20, it would print out P, which is probably that one. Yep. So it's the P in the programming language. So you can go backwards and you can, iterate from that. So the starting index going forward is 0, starting index going backwards is 1. The other thing you can do is you can actually go backwards by just doing this. So it means go to the start index to the last index while stepping 1 all the way, or stepping -1, so this means going backwards. And it prints it out backwards. You can also combine splices, so when we do something like 2, and we do plus word, and we say 2 to that, prints out the whole entire thing. So you can do backwards too, stuff like that. So, you know, -2, that, and it prints it out for you. So it goes to the -2 or GE, and it prints it out from GE to the end. So basically, it's characters from the second last included to the end, if that makes sense. Like I said, if this is confusing, comment down below and I will go ahead and get to you and try and answer your question the best I can. So the thing about strings is once you write a string, you cannot change that string's index or value, basically. So if we try and did something like this and put a J, can't do it. However, you can combine slices. So if we did, you know, J plus word, and we'll say 1 to the, then, you know, JSON. You can also store that in a variable, so if you wanted to change a certain portion of it, you could store it in a variable and do something like that. Combine the string and then, you know, do that. So Python also has a built-in length function, which is just len, and it prints the characters. So this is also included. So this also includes spaces. So spaces are counted when doing length. So as you can see, Word has 44 characters, spaces included. And that's it for strings. If you have any questions, go ahead and comment down below, and I will go ahead and get to those. In the next video, we will be covering lists, and again, if you have any suggestions for the future videos or whatever it may be, go ahead and leave me a comment. I'll get to those and I'll take them into consideration. Thank you as always, and until next time, happy coding.